Counting down the top 10 for this week, the number 1 song is...
Well, my saddle's so...
Cut! Counting down the top 10 for this week, coming in at number 2 is...
Look out, kids, here comes a wrecking ball!
This is nuts!
It's insane, right?
Who tried to bite a Chips Ahoy cookie without biting a chip? I'll reconstruct the crime. Snack time. Someone spies a plate full of Chips Ahoy cookie. He bites a chip. He tries again, but the chips are stacked against him.
Original, chewy, and striped Chips Ahoy.
I confess. I did it, and I'll do it again.
Did you bite a chip?
To hurt you.
Hello, my favorite YouTube audience. Man, does it feel good to be back as the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views on all the episodes I must review. But this time, we're going on a big road trip this time, but not just any road trip. We're doing a European road trip, and we're all going to start everything off in London, England with A Night to Remember. This one is the 9th episode from season 8 and the 342nd episode. And this one is the 17th full-length episode special of the Loud House, and it does present being the first European road trip arc. So when looking at this one, I was thinking, oh my gosh, let's hope this doesn't turn out to be another bad road trip episode like they did before. But you know, since I'm going to London, England, I might as well give it a shot, because you know, I'm kind of a person who wants to go to London, England, ever since I saw a Goosebumps episode, A Night in Terror Tower, when it showed that whole entire London town. But I'm traveling to London with 2 of my favorite guest stars that actually have been there or actually want to go there.
Greetings everyone, this is Steam Team RWK, CC Trainer Ling, and I'm jolly well excited to be here to help review this particular episode of The Loud House. A Night to Remember is one of those episodes that's really special to me because I too traveled to London back in 2024, and of course I'm a man who loves British culture. So when I heard that The Loud House was going to have an episode taking place across the pond, I knew I was in for something great, and for the most part, it did not disappoint. There are some critiques regarding the story and characters, and you'll know what they are before the review is over. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about here, so as I like to say, let's get right into it.
Hello everybody, I am back once again to do another Loud House episode review with Steam Team Dub UK, the other big Loud House reviewer, and I'm super excited to work with him for this episode, A Night to Remember. I am super excited to talk about this episode because I actually went to London myself back in 2023 as a graduation present since I graduated high school that year. So I'm super excited to talk about the references that they may have done for the London episode, and hopefully they actually get them right and accurate, because you know me, I don't like it when shows be inaccurate at all with history. And let's also hope that this episode turns out to be a lot better internationally than the Canadian stereotypes in Schooled. But other than that, I think it's time to review this first Loud House special of the European road trip story arc. So let's do this.
You're on the wrong side of the road!
Oh god damn it, Rita, you seriously are driving on the wrong side of the road in England? You're going to cause a car crash.
I always forget they drive on the left side in England. Everyone okay back there?
Define okay.
Seriously, what's wrong with this woman's brain? Does she not read before she does something? I expect Lynn Sr. to drive stupidly, but Rita? That's a new thing with terrible drivers.
Sorry, this is our rental bus. We have a really big family.
Oh wow, so this is a rental bus. I wish I rode one of those if I ever go to London. Maybe I should bring my Loud and Proud fan experts with me in the future.
Welcome to London. So what are the Louds doing across the pond? Good question. Luna got an invite to attend Mick Swagger's knighting ceremony at the Royal Castle. And because she's such a huge fan, Mick flew out our whole family.
Yeah, chill out, Lynn. I'm trying to reread Mick's autobiography. Even after the 10th time, I'm learning new deets about his life. Crazy.
It's insane, right?
It's so nice to see Mick again, even if he is a big-time around-the-world-wide celebrity who just stays in contact with Luna as most celebrities wouldn't do these days.
And I'm trying to get into the English spirit. Brits love soccer.
They call it football here, Lynn, and the King's favorite team is the Chuff Bottom Chips.
Lori spent the whole flight binging a reality series on British royals called Drama Kings, so she thinks she's an expert now.
Let's see, Luna talking about a book full of Mick Swagger's history, and Lori talking about a TV show about royalty. Why do I have a feeling this is going to be relevant to the plot later?
Oh, there's the local chippy where me and me mates used to nosh on sarnies. Ha ha!
Dad is trying to relive the college semester he spent in England. And me? I'm just excited to be in the city where they shot my favorite David Steele movie, To London with Love. Whoa, I think David jumped from that rooftop. Ah!
Hey, tell him brother buckle up first.
Son of a 5,700?
Doesn't anybody wear seatbelts these days, including the fact that Lily is still a toddler and still needs to be in a proper seatbelt? That's kind of fucking dangerous for her not to wear a seatbelt, especially when this can get her neck broken instantly.
Look! We made it to the Royal Castle!
Oh my gosh!
I'm just going out on a limb here, but I think this castle was supposed to be based on Windsor Castle. If you do a side-by-side comparison, you'll see some similarities, most notably how the front exterior is designed. Now, on the one hand, this location makes sense because knighting ceremonies do take place here. But on the other hand, Windsor Castle isn't located in London. It's actually a few miles away from where the episode is supposed to take place. But considering this castle doesn't have an official name and is never referred to as Windsor Castle, I see a few creative liberties were taken here by the writers, and I'm totally fine with that. Now, if this castle was referred to as Buckingham Palace, then we'd have a much bigger problem when it comes to screen accuracy.
Oh, my adoring fans! Everyone, out of my way!
Fat chance of that, even when you blew that with Scream Queen. But I'll tell you one thing, they ain't here for ya.
Hello, Luna! Hello, Louds! Let's get this party started!
Let's get this party started right.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
Wow, Mick Mick is incredibly limber.
I can do that.
Survey says
This is fucking depressing!
Hey, you're shouting. Don't shout.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Ooh, breezy. That's not the only thing he ego-splitted those legs like that.
I'm just gonna say this. It's episodes like this that make me appreciate episodes like House Music, For Bros About to Rock, and In the Mick of Time even more now than I did in the past. I like how there's actual continuity to Luna's friendship with Mick's swagger. As in, it wasn't something just randomly thrown together years ago and then just dropped completely after a single episode. It had some build-up in Season 1, became legit and thoroughly validated in Season 5, and it's still going strong in Season 8. I mean, Mick sees Luna as not just some casual fan. He sees her as an actual friend, someone he's willing to fly to his home country for a knighting ceremony at his own personal expense. I don't know about you guys, but I think Luna has a better shot at becoming a famous rock star now than she's ever had before. She's got connections.
You're the Duke of Buckleberry. I literally loved you in Season 3 of Drama Kings. Do you and the Duchess ever get back together? Wait, don't tell me. No spoilers. Can I get a selfie?
Nothing like a dog-sniffing groupie. And I thought everybody loved Tom Holland. So the family goes inside the castle, and Lincoln comes across something too unexpected that I'm even confused.
Whoa, I was almost impaled. Cool. Huh?
You know, there are certain things I don't like about castles. Ever see Scooby-Doo? This is one of them.
Don't you dare, Lincoln Loud.
How did you know my... Wait, I recognize that voice. Is that X? Myrtle's old spy boss?
You know what I really like about X showing up here? It once again proves that the Loud House movie on Netflix is non-canon, and No Time to Spy is canon. Not just because several of Season 7's production slots were used to make the movie, but just look at the evidence. When was the last time the events in Scotland were ever referenced on the show? Never. At the beginning of this episode, did Lincoln or anyone else in his family mention that this is the second time they've traveled to the United Kingdom? No, they did not. Nothing about Angus, Morag, dragons, or anything from the Netflix movie is brought up, and there's not a single cameo from anyone either. Then again, given the fact the Netflix movie wasn't all that good in retrospect, I can see why it's never been mentioned on the show, and maybe it's for the best.
I'm at the castle on a secret mission for Interspy.
Whoa, no way!
Can you be cool? We've been picking up chatter that something is going to be stolen from the castle during Mick's knighting ceremony. The problem is...
You don't know what the target is!
Do you mind? I'm the spy boss. We don't know what the target is, so I have a team of undercover agents trying to gather intel and thwart the robbery. You're about to ask if you can help, and the answer is 100% absolutely not.
Isn't that always happening? Lincoln wants to join a group, he gets no for an answer, but watch how intelligent he gets here.
I even brought a bunch of my David Steele spy gear to London. It cost us an extra 3 hours at airport security, but it was worth it.
Was that your best shot? Now let me show you mine.
Leave this to the professionals, Lincoln. My team is the best.
Damn, Lincoln is not making a good impression here. And actually, he's proving why he needs to leave this spy stuff to the professionals. I mean, his eagerness to prove he was a good spy nearly ended his life and the lives of everyone else in his family back in the No Time to Spy movie, and you'd think he'd be a little more mature after such a traumatic event. X probably heard about what he did last time, and now I can see why she's being so hard on him. And rightfully so.
Oh yeah? Because I've only been here for a few minutes, and I've already ID'd 3 of your undercover agents.
That agent playing piano did a sloppy double security wig. I can see the slightest touch of glue glistening on her forehead.
The agent by the candy bowl is trying to blend in as a sweet little old lady.
That's also the weirdest disguise of an old lady. Robin Williams can actually play that off better.
Oh, I'm sorry to frighten you, dear. I must look like a yeti in this getup. This is my nightly meringue mask, part of my beauty regimen. What it is basically egg whites.
And last, but certainly not least, the agent sitting on the velvet couch is taking a call on his shoe phone. Not very subtle.
You know what? I stand corrected from my earlier statement. If these are supposed to be the actual professionals, they're doing a lousy job of trying to be undercover agents. So maybe Lincoln isn't as incompetent or naive as X thinks he is.
Best may have been too strong a word. Still, that was quite impressive, Lincoln.
And that's not all I can give you. If my family pitches in, we'd be able to spread out and get you lots more intel.
Yeah, is there a sense of regret on that? Because that family isn't too well blended and they're not the most stealthiest.
Fine, you can help.
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Now I just gotta get my family on board. I left my blue convincing suit in Royal Woods, so I'll have to do what any good spy does. Improvise. Ow!
Go on, you thick-headed chunk of fish bait.
Random fun fact. Did you guys know that I actually predict that the Loud House was actually going to do a European road trip story arc? Back when the American road trip story arc came out, I was joking around saying that the Loud House is also going to do a European road trip story arc, and I wasn't really taking it seriously. I literally just said it for fun. Then 2 years later, my prediction actually was correct by complete accident. And they are actually doing a European road trip story arc. Maybe it was just a coincidence, but it's still kind of funny how I accidentally predict that the Loud House is actually going to do a European road trip story arc.
Keep an eye out for suspicious activity. Gather intel, and then rendezvous with X. So, what do you say?
Tell us what you say.
I say we do it. We can't let any bad guys harsh the vibes on Mick's big day. Snooping is my middle name.
And when we get home, I'm gonna chain you to the bed for the rest of the summer.
Do you have a patch for being basic?
Shut your house! Whoa, let's pump the brakes. I had plans to show you all my old stomping grounds. We were gonna get tikka masala on Portobello Road, ride the tube to Upper Butts.
Huh? What's so funny?
You find this amusing?
What? A genius can't think butts are funny?
Ew, that's disgusting!
Riding the tube to Upper Butts. You know, if you're British, that would sound totally normal because that would mean someone is taking the London Underground transit system to some town in West London. But of course, if you're an American with a dirty mindset like me, what Lynn Sr. just said sounds a lot funnier than it should be. I mean, riding the tube to Upper Butts. Like, do you not see how incredibly visual that all sounds? I don't even think I need to explain what I'm getting at with this. I think we all know. I seriously don't blame Lisa for laughing at what her dad said. I'd be doing the same thing if I were her. Yeah, I really am that immature.
Rita, talk some sense into these kids.
Actually, international espionage does sound kind of exciting.
I'm surprised Rita would actually want some excitement, even if she is the type of mom with thick hips. So let's get dangerous.
Picking up any leads?
Not a blasting thing. They're lost or captured or something or other. Who knows what?
Negative. All I'm picking up is someone's bodily noises.
Same. Hey, beat it, buddy. Save some for the other guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the sweet greed of the Brits.
Oh, charming.
Woof, woof.
Oh, charming, Lana. So destined to become the shaggy dog. Ray Griffin, did you let the dog out?
Who let the dogs out?
Woof, 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 woof. Hello, fellow purebreds. Seen any humans acting suspiciously? Okay, now one at a time.
Oh, so true.
Hilarious. Now, repeat everything you just said for me.
This is why you should consider an auto pen recorder, Lola.
$200 a day, Fluff. 365 days a year since I was 12.
Aren't you guys supposed to be silent?
Really? Even the royal guards are scared of Lucy?
Survey says
I am going to fuck you.
Well, this just got interesting.
Okay, what have you all got for me?
Oh, one of my sources overheard a guy talking about stealing the king's jams.
Please, do not let this be another live-action Aladdin remake from another studio.
And I heard someone say the king can kiss his precious shredder goodbye. I just didn't get a good look at him. I was upside down.
I heard the prince broke up with his girlfriend and is now canoodling with her sister.
That was pretty sick, man.
What? It's very scandalous.
Well, that one's not helpful.
That's the gayest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, I'm with Lincoln here. I have no idea what Lola is talking about. I feel like she just made that up.
But there might be something to the other tips.
There is. The king has a very rare and valuable jam collection that's kept in the royal kitchen.
Les poissons, les poissons. How I love les poissons!
He uses it on his crumpets.
And how, pray tell, do you know this?
Episode 201 of Drama Kings. A jelly good time.
A jelly good time. I love Catherine's performance as Lori. Let me actually hear that again.
A jelly good time.
Toast, the jelly is delicious.
A jelly good time.
A jelly good time. A jelly good time.
Are they talking about the Tower of London? Because the King and Queen of England don't live in the Tower of London or in castles in general. They actually live in Buckingham Palace. Yes, one of the landmarks I actually went to when I was in London. And no, I didn't see the King there. But I did see a royal guard there, and that was pretty cool.
And what about the shredder?
Oh, wait. There's a gold-plated Victorian-era shredder in the king's office. In episode 105, the princess tries to shred her report card in it, but it malfunctions because it's so old.
I think watching a little too much television on the same show can really damage the mind. But with Phineas and Ferb, that's a different story.
Cupid. Hey, everyone. I'm wearing a diaper.
Now I really don't know what to say.
So, do I know romance or what?
What?
I said, do I know romance
I heard you.
Okay, so the crime will probably take place in the kitchen or the office. Come on, we gotta go tell X.
No need, I heard everything.
Over here at the 17th century planter.
Excellent work, Agent Loud.
Agent Loud?
Secret Agent Loud. Secret Agent Loud.
Lincoln, you've done us a great service.
So fast! Mom, kill it, kill it, kill it!
You mother... Somebody talk to me! The jams, the shredder, are they safe?
Yes, we have eyes on both items, ma'am.
I know that ding-dang scream anywhere! That's my Luna!
So Lin Sr. doesn't only care about Lori. He actually cares about the rest of his family as well? Holy crap, that is shocking.
It's Mick! He's been taken!
Nothing worse than having a celebrity get kidnapped. But who would kidnap Mick? That's as crazy as Trump getting shot twice.
But what does Mick Swagger have to do with the King Shredder and jams?
He is the King's Shredder. He is the King's Jams.
Jam?
Jams! Yes, jams. Yam jams, fig jams.
Yam jams.
And date jams. Seedless. Delicious, exotic jams.
They're code words for a musician. The target all along was Mick.
Oh my gosh, I totally beefed it.
While I understand why Lincoln would be distraught over the fact he let Mick Swagger get kidnapped by having all those agents surround the things he thought the thief was going to steal, I really don't think he's entirely to blame for what happened. Technically, it was his sisters who gave him the idea it was something other than Mick that was going to be stolen. Still, they don't have the kind of spy instincts like their brother, and Lincoln has a lot to learn when it comes to gathering information as a secret agent, so I in good faith cannot be too harsh on their failures here. But do you know who I think deserves to take some blame for Mick's kidnapping? Well, you'll see in just a moment.
Let's go on to a little intermission for now.
John, time for lunch.
Nick at Night, the place for TV hits. Nick at Night, the place for TV.
Surfing on the sound wave, swinging through the stars. Make a left and you're intested. Take your second right past Mars. Oh, we're back. Now then, let's get back to the case of finding Mick Swagger.
Aw, it's all my fault Mick's gone.
No, it's not, bro. You meant well.
If I hadn't given X the wrong targets, she wouldn't have moved her agents and Mick would still be here.
Hey, remember when this episode was hyped up to be a Lincoln and Luna episode? Well, prepare to be disappointed, as this is the only time in the entire episode where they actually bond. And never did it again.
Whoa, this is Mick's guitar pick. He must have dropped it when he was being hauled away. It's his special copper pick he only uses to play one song, Tiny Trooper, a tribute to his first car.
This little dialogue about the guitar pick is a good starting point in resolving Mick's kidnapping, and I do appreciate how Luna reading his autobiography earlier in the episode is becoming more and more relevant as the story continues. But when we get towards the end, there is going to be a big question worth asking regarding this special guitar pick. The kind of question that's going to make you ask, why didn't Mick just do that from the start? What do I mean by this? Well, you'll find out soon enough.
According to his book, it's one of his most prized possessions.
Wait a minute. What if he did it on purpose? Luna, maybe Mick is trying to tell us something.
It looked like he was leaving a trail unless someone else was doing it as bait.
What about Croc? Croc's just an animal, and animals just need traps and the right bait. I'll be fine.
I don't buy it. And haven't you done enough damage? Let the pros take it from here, Lincoln.
So, no more Agent Loud?
I'm sorry, but X has no reason to be that critical of Lincoln for what happened. If anything, she should be taking a lot of heat for putting so much trust into a 12-year-old kid who she said had very little experience in espionage. It doesn't matter if Lincoln had good instincts at seeing through her agent's crappy disguises from earlier. If she's a professional spy with years of experience, she would have never left a high-class celebrity like Mick Swagger completely unguarded and would have taken every safety measure possible to avoid anything happening to the person who was going to be knighted. I mean, isn't Mick a little more valuable than jars of jam and a paper shredder? And shouldn't X have kept at least one agent by his side? Both she and Lincoln used poor judgment, but X is acting as if everything was Lincoln's fault. Or at least that's how I'm looking at it. I get how this is supposed to play into Lincoln's character arc on learning how to be a better spy and working towards redemption, but X shouldn't be one to talk about someone failing at their job when she's supposed to be more qualified.
Listen up, everybody. Luna and I are almost certain Mick was taken in a blue tiny trooper, but X doesn't believe us. Will you guys help us find him?
Lincoln, we are tourists, not special ops. Rita, back me up here.
I say we do it. The kids are onto something, and this is so exciting.
Oh, I like her.
I knew you would.
It's just so great that Rita suddenly plays along while Lynn Sr. is being too oblivious about saving someone that he admires like his daughter.
Oh, come on, Dad. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm invested at this point.
Do it, do
Stop.
it, do it, do
Frank,
it,
shut up.
do it, do
And no again.
Ugh, fine.
What are we standing around for? We got work to do.
We're gonna kick some ass.
Lisa, how are the traffic cams coming?
Hacking some passwords and I'm in. Blue Tiny Trooper at Piccadilly Circus.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, I see the problem now. You're a horrible driver.
That shirt doesn't exactly say subtle, does it?
Pull back! Wrong Tiny Trooper!
2 more just past Big Ben.
Big Ben is another place I've been to in London, and believe it or not, I actually caught recording of me at Big Ben when the time struck, and holy crap, what experience that was.
Oh, that's where we used to have toad in the hole and a bonny chinwag. That came out of nowhere.
You better be prepared to get a fat knot on your head if you ever let go of that steering wheel again.
Okay, seriously, Lynn, I know you went to England all those years ago and you love the culture just as much as I do, But dude, you need to calm the fuck down with it. You just took out a vintage British phone box. But you know, this crash would have been a lot funnier had he taken out a blue police box. Little nod to all you Doctor Who fans out there.
You know what I said about Rita being a terrible driver at the wheel? I take it all back now.
Mick's inside! He's jammed in the back seat!
He's got a gun! I'm gonna throw this thing at him! Okay, you don't have to narrate everything, just throw it!
Faster! He's trying to lose us!
The London Bridge is falling.
Making their way, making their way, the only way they know how. Making their way, the only way they know how.
Ew, he threw trash! What a litter bug! It's not trash, Lols. It's probably another clue.
Oh hell yes, it's time for some Blue's Clues. Get it? Because they're trying to find clues.
A clue! A clue!
Oh, you want me to do two? Okay.
No. A clue!
He famously wore this at every concert on his 1,000 Mick tour. So what do we know about that tour? Lisa, can you pull up pictures?
Do the English love beans on toast?
Oh, they sure do. I remember my mates and I.
Yeah. That was just my way of saying yes, Father.
You know, I'd be very interested to know what were Lindsayner's mates when he went to London for a semester for college. And another episode to all the places they did during that time in England. But I guess no one is interested or really cares about it, which is a damn shame.
My facial recognition software tells me that this gentleman attended every show of said tour. Talk about obsessive. See? He's in the front row. Every picture.
That looks like a weird science experiment of Gargamel fused with Dr. Doofenshmirtz that gone horribly wrong.
I'm not so much disturbed by the fact some of the other British concert goers in the Earl's pictures are depicted with the stereotypical chipped and broken teeth just like him, but I'm more disturbed by the fact this guy is seen standing and smiling in the same exact pose for every concert he went to. That is just plain creepy. And by the way, this Earl of Nottingham is supposed to be a reference to the actual city of Nottingham. And this makes sense because, as we're about to find out, this Earl really is a complete nut job. I mean, you already know this superfan is completely nuts when he decided to kidnap a rock star and throw them into the back of a car that very same rock star wrote a song about. You can't tell me that's not the mindset of a psycho nutcase.
That patch signifies he's not just an ordinary dude. He's an Earl.
He looks more like a Nigel to me.
Earl is his title. He's the Earl of Nottingham. And I've got his address.
Come on, come on.
They got your number now. They know just where you live. You've got no place to hide. All right, I'm gonna stop singing.
There's the car! We've been hit!
He's up there! And it looks like he's got some kind of catapult.
Jesus Christ! Right!
He launched poop at us. I think it's either horse or cow.
Don't smell that shit. No pun intended. Then again, I'll allow it.
Please do not do this.
Please do that shit.
Nope, this is Donkey. Respect.
God damn!
I'm sorry, I just love how Lana is seriously taking a moment from the insanity to figure out which animal was responsible for all that crap that was being flung at them. And the fact she can identify which animal it was based on the scent alone is just... wow. Only Lana.
We're gonna die! We're gonna die!
I'm going to throw up, and then I'm gonna die!
That ain't gonna hold. It's a dead tree. Then, of course, Lynn Senior wants to call it quits like a pussy, but Rita not willing to give up so easily and continues to make progress on the mission. What can I say? That woman's got buns of steel.
Psh, a simple moat? This guy's an amateur. Come on, guys.
Let's not be an idiot for fuck's sake. First rule when approaching a castle, there's a moat. And when there's a moat, there's a terrifying creature in it that will end your life quickly.
Good call, Lana.
It's called common sense, kid. Think for a change.
So how are we gonna get to the other side?
Looks like LJ is using what nature provides. Is this a callback to the episode Mountain Hard Pass where she rips a tree from out of the ground? I like to think it is. So points to the episode for having some slight continuity. And I like the way she just sucker punches the alligator without any hesitation. Her time on the set of Stealing Thunder definitely came in handy for a moment like this.
Shut up! I think Lynn might be Groot. That dude punched the shit out of a shark. So the Loud family makes it inside the castle to find Mick, only to get themselves in a trap instead.
Hello, Louds. Brilliant, you figured out all my clues. Less brilliant, you've been captured.
You know, it's kind of odd that he is smiling as he is still in one piece. Anyone who gets captured would not be smiling at all.
You did all this just so Mick could play a concert for you?
Not just any concert, a never-ending concert.
But you've been to all of Mick's shows. Why can't you just keep doing that?
Oh, I have been to all of his shows. In fact, I was Mick's most loyal fan.
And here we go into another bullshit-ass sob story. Good thing I brought my cheese curl Cheetos.
And after my 100th Swagger concert, I worked up the courage to ask Mick to play at my private birthday party. And what did he do? He played another gig!
Oi! It was a sold-out show in Rio, mate, for 500,000 fans.
As much as I want to sympathize with this crazy nutbar for feeling like he got ghosted after years of dedication, it's really hard to feel that bad for the Earl, knowing the lengths he went to just to get what he wanted. And the one thing that really puzzles me about all of this is, how did he even kidnap Mick in the first place? Was he invited to the knighting ceremony, or did he just sneak into the castle? We never get an explanation on that. I would think he had to have been invited, since Mick must have recognized him from his many concerts, and I have to assume Mick sent this guy a letter saying he was declining the birthday invitation. That's really the only logical way to make sense of everything regarding the kidnapping. And you know, it's a sad day when someone you think is just a loyal fan with no underlying motives breaks your trust, and now you're forced to play guitar for them while avoiding being attacked by alligators. The price of being famous, am I right?
So let me get this straight. This guy literally kidnaps Mick Swagger, all because he wanted him to play at his private birthday party, and he went to another concert instead. That has got to be one of the stupidest reasons for kidnapping someone I have ever heard in my entire life.
Now, start my concert!
Okay, this dude is seriously overreacting. First of all, Mick did not betray you. And I'm also with Mick here. I would rather go to Rio and spend some time doing a concert with 500,000 fans and gives me a lot of money than to go with some random fan's birthday party that he doesn't really know too well. Okay, maybe the Earl is paying Mick Swagger some money, but my point still stands.
Sorry, Louds, but you're not invited to the show. Ta-ta!
You look like seafood.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna die? We're gonna die. That's it for me.
Ooh, Luna, if we can get the Earl under that chandelier, I think I can, you know, pew 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 pew.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea. Yeah. What was that? A great idea. Great idea. That's more like it.
Yo, Earl Nutbra! As one hardcore Mick fan to another, can you grant me a final wish? I want to hear the swagger stagger one last time.
One more time. One more time. One more.
Oh, I do love that jam. Mick, play it now.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing along.
I made a little dance and there ain't no nothing to it. It's called the swagger stagger and I'll show you how to do it.
You're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. It's a long way down.
It's Pegasus.
We mixed it up a little.
Oh, crumpets.
We fucking won!
Fuck yeah!
In your face, bitch!
Ah, kudos. But we're still about to perish.
Any last words? Too late.
Nice to have a supportive family, isn't it?
How'd you know that pick would work?
Mick's book. He once broke out of another #1 fan's basement with one of those babies.
This has happened to you before?
What can I say? I'm in high demand.
Remember when I said there's going to be a moment where you start to ask about that special guitar pick? It's this moment right here. Luna said Mick had to use a pick to break out of another fan's basement at some point in the past. So, if that's the case, and he was able to break free once before, why would Mick intentionally drop his special guitar pick if he knew he was being kidnapped? He could have used that pick to break out of the Earl's shackles and get away without the Loud's help at all. Did he drop his pick on the ground because he knew the Earl would put him in a situation where using that pick would have been impossible? I suppose so, since I'm guessing his pick wouldn't be able to break him out of a steel cage. Yeah, I know it seems like I'm reading into this way more than I should, and maybe I should just shut up and enjoy the rest of the episode.
Oh my god, they actually arrested someone in the show, and it's not even in America. It was in England.
I'm sorry. I underestimated you, Agent Loud.
Yes! Back to Agent Loud!
You saved Mick and your family, all because you followed your instincts. That's exactly what we look for in our agents. If you're interested, we've got a spot for you at the Interspy Training Academy.
Really? Thank you! Mom, Dad, can you ship my stuff?
Once you turn 18.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Don't worry, Lincoln, you still have 6 more years before you turn 18 and do the spy mission job.
And just like that, Lincoln's character arc comes full circle, and he is rewarded for his hard work. This might be a stretch to say, but I think this could be the highest moment for his character in terms of being a spy. After 3 or 4 seasons and a movie with so many adventures in wanting to be like David Steele, he's finally getting the chance to live out his dream when he turns 18. Even though I would have preferred X having a moment where she too learns to follow her own instincts and have better judgment after choosing to listen to some little kid who thought he knew what he was doing, I'm not as critical of her now as I was before. Even the most experienced agents can make mistakes, and I think that was the point all along. It would have been nice had she admitted to her own shortcomings, but hey, a happy ending is a happy ending, so I'll take this for what it is.
I dub thee Sir Mick Swagger.
Thanks for not giving me a haircut.
Oh, how very thrilling. Hey, Basil?
All in a day's work, Doctor.
Really? That's the King of England? Although maybe they did this on purpose because, you know, they don't usually like to reference real people who run the country or governments in kids shows.
I'm so grateful to you lot for saving me bum. I'll tell you what, go see the rest of Europe on me. I'll pay for the whole trip.
Long live the
King Richard! Oh, Friar Tuck, it appears that I now have an outlaw for an in-law.
Luna, you mind playing with me?
that shit off!
But my favorite part was coming up.
I made a little dance and there ain't no nothing to it. It's called the swagger stagger and I'll show you how to do it. Now listen very carefully and do as you've been taught, so you end up in the perfect spot. Now stagger to the left. Get out of here, asshole! Right, stagger like you woke up in the middle of the night. All right! Oh.
Dad, that was the king.
Okay, everyone on the bus. Our trip starts now.
Is anybody gonna help this guy?
Now this is how you end an episode, with an awesome rock song with Mick and Luna. I really like this moment, because it once again solidifies their friendship. I really hope these two have another episode together, because this dynamic is way too hot to keep cold. Like, I can seriously imagine a future episode where Luna and the Moon Goats get the chance to be the opening act to one of Mick's concerts. It can definitely happen, and it needs to happen before the series is over. And those little dances by the other kids were funny too. And I just love how Lori is grabbing Lucy's arms and forcing her to have fun. It's like she's saying, you're going to be a part of this whether you like it or not. And as far as this episode's quick depiction of the monarch who should be the TLH version of King Charles, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares what he looks like? It was hilarious seeing him get knocked out of the window. Now just imagine how things would have looked had this episode been made prior to 2022. Lynn Sr. would have been knocking Queen Elizabeth out into the moat. For some reason, seeing that happen to an old lady would have looked a lot funnier.
And that was the first European road trip, a night to remember. So I'm just going to say it right now. This episode, this road trip story, it did so much better than Bizarratorium actually did. So much a good special of the Loud family actually taking a trip to London until it gradually turned into a crime-solving mystery to find out who's taking Mick's swagger. Although I really wish that Lincoln could have actually did this mystery solving by himself. Of course, he could have had Luna actually aside with him, but you know, the whole family's got to be in on this because it's a family road trip kind of special. What are you expecting? And I also enjoyed Lori's part, big part, how intelligent she's actually becoming. Like, she was actually solving every mystery about where some places would be at because of a television show that she used to watch that we never even got established and even heard about, unless she was watching this at college. And it turns out the person who was actually taking Mick's swagger was this one old guy who actually kidnapped him because he missed one of his birthday parties because he went to all of his concert. But Mick Swagger had a reason to be like that. And you know, this is possibly one of the first Loud House antagonists that ever got arrested on screen. While everybody else got away and some just went into outer space and you don't want to know the rest. And Lincoln did get to meet some of these secret agents who just come in out of nowhere, and they're already established that somehow they want Lincoln to actually be on the team. They lose his trust, and then in the very end, they actually make him part of the team until he's 18. I was like, that could have been a possibility for Lincoln to actually kind of move on with his life, kind of like with Lori at college, but you know, it is what it is. Much of the humor is good, the characters were actually really great, especially with Mick Swagger. And an actual really great antagonist with a possibly good motivation. This is a road trip story special that you'll actually be willing to watch, and you have to see it for yourself, especially if you want to check out London, England yourself. Because I gotta tell you, this is just the beginning, and I definitely want to see Big Ben when I go there in the future.
Where's your bar, girl? Takes a loud girl, rock my world, girl. I'm all over, girl. Body soul smoking, and no
I think the best way to describe this episode would be that it has a similar plot to that of the No Time to Spy movie, just condensed into a smaller story with very little time to thoroughly develop Lincoln's character as he goes about trying to prove he's a good spy. Just like the movie, this episode has Lincoln being very eager and wanting to be a secret agent, and then he makes a few mistakes when he's trying to impress an actual professional spy, thus resulting in someone getting kidnapped, and then he has to rescue them, and that's when he learns to have better judgment and good instincts. I mean, that's pretty much both this episode and the movie in a nutshell. Now, I don't necessarily see this as a bad thing, since the episode has a very engaging story. It has some good setups and payoffs, and how the mystery is solved through all the clues Mick Swagger gives the Louds were very creative, despite how oddly convenient it all seemed on the surface. And speaking of Mick, this was his best role in the series as of Season 8. He had a lot more significance to the plot this time around, and seeing his friendship with Luna getting a bit more development was very gratifying. And speaking of Luna, she may not have been the central character, but she had her moments in helping her brother save the day, and her getting another chance to play a song with her idol was the best way to close out the episode. The Swagger Stagger isn't the greatest song, but it has a nice rhythm, and it helped in taking down the episode's main antagonist. Now, as far as the main antagonist goes, what can I really say? He really lived up to his title as the Earl of Nuttingham, and he got what he deserved in the end. There are some unanswered questions about how he was able to pull off the kidnapping, but I guess for a runtime of about 22 minutes, some cuts had to be made. I also have my critiques about X putting too much blame on Lincoln for what happened to Mick. She needed to have a moment where she realizes that even the most experienced spies can still have a lapse in good judgment, just like a low-level rookie. Still, she changed her tune when Lincoln came through in the end and offered him the chance to attend her spy academy, so that was a nice happy ending for the central character. So, overall, this episode was a solid way to kickstart the European road trip arc. From the visuals of how the episode depicted some iconic British landmarks and the city streets of London, to how the family went about saving the day and nearly getting wrecked in the process, I really can't complain all too much about this one. Then again, I actually traveled to London, so maybe my opinion on this is a little more biased compared to those who actually live there, or those who haven't been to England, but hey, that's them, and this is me. Thank you again for having me, Mr. Critic. Words cannot express how much I loved being here to talk about an episode that will always hold a special place in my heart. Here's to the next episode in the European road trip arc. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'll catch you all the next time I see you, whether it's here or on my own channel. But until then, this is Steam Team ReadUp UK, CC Trainer Ling, signing off. Peace out. Oh, wait, you know what? Even better. Cheerio, home slices.
Okay, so this episode has a lot of things I really like, and there are also a lot of things I really don't like. I think I'll start off with the positives with this episode. First of all, I love how this episode basically a continuation of No Time to Spy, but a shorter version of it. It was nice to see how Lincoln and his family would work together once again to try to figure out who the main villain is who kidnapped Mick Swagger. And it's also kind of similar how the Louds got captured and got tricked by the main villain, having them almost died. Pretty intense, I have to admit. And I also really love the references in London, England. Like I said, as a person who has been to London, England in 2023, after graduating high school with his parents, London, England, Paris, France, and Scotland, it was so cool to find references that's actually based on the city of London. And places I've been to myself, like Big Ben and the Tower of London, the old telephone booth, a lot of great references. It shows why London is a great place to visit for tourists, definitely better than Paris, France. And the best character in this episode is Lincoln. Now, yes, even if I did admit I didn't like Lincoln in the first 4 minutes of the episode because he wouldn't shut the hell up about being a spy, but he was easily the most likable character of all the characters in this episode. He knew he messed up and broke X's trust, so he decides to try to redeem himself. And he succeeds by catching the villain, even though this entire thing wasn't really his fault. Now it's time to talk about the main negatives about this episode. And the main negative of this episode is that this episode treats like Lincoln was in the wrong, and it was his fault for causing Mick to be kidnapped, even though it really wasn't. The actual people who caused Mick to be kidnapped was Lana, Lola, Lenny, technically, Lucy, and Lori. Hell, some people could even blame that X and her team were the main people that caused Mick Swagger to be kidnapped. because they leave their position super early when they're supposed to be watching him the entire time. So yes, X went way too hard on Lincoln, but at least she apologized for her actions towards Lincoln at near the end of the episode, so hey, that's good. And my other problem with this episode is the main villain, the Earl. Yeah, this guy took a massive step down compared to Fifi in No Time to Spy, as his reasons for why he kidnapped Mick Swagger is so pathetic. It was all because Mick didn't come for his birthday party and instead went to Rio for his fans. Once again, makes more sense that Mick wanted to go to Rio for fans instead of his birthday party. Hell, even Fifi had a better reason why she was getting revenge on Myrtle in No Time to Spy. Because she lost her husband. Want to get revenge on Myrtle. But the Earl in this episode actually got arrested. Holy crap. That's something that the show rarely does to its villains, even if most of them do deserve to be arrested. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Night to Remember. I don't hate this episode. There's a lot of great things about this episode, especially the London references. But this episode has a lot of flaws that couldn't make it really good. And my apologies for my outro being too long. It's time to go. Thank you, Loud House Critic, for letting me review another episode. And thank you, Steam Team, for letting me work this episode with you. It was fun working with both of the biggest Loud House reviewers on YouTube. Goodbye, everybody, and have a great day.
This has been the Loud House Critic, and let's see what's next on our road trip.